Chapter 8. Pearl. Isaiah rushed his way through dinner, barely tasting it. His mama, papa, brother Silas, little sister Belle, and Aunt Jean watched him, amused. Aunt Jean shook her head. "Isaiah, you don't chew that food. It's coming out the other end looking exactly the same as it does going in." Little sis roared with laughter the way that only a 9-year-old can at outhouse humor. Mama Taylor gave Jean a stern look. "Jeannie, save that for somewhere other than the dinner table. Folks trying to eat here." "Just speaking the truth, sister. Way he's shoveling that dinner in, he ain't going to make any use of that energy from the meal." Silas laughed. "Oh, I think he intends to make use of the energy." Isaiah shot him a glance, and Silence let the laugh become a knowing smile. Papa looked up from his plate. "What do you mean by that, Silas?" Silas blushed slightly. "Don't mean nothing by it, Papa. Just fooling." "You act a fool, you be a fool. Straighten up." "Yes, sir." Papa took another bite of food, his face stern, but he could not hold it and broke into a broad grin. "Les, you saying he's going to need that energy on account of Pearl coming to town." Everyone at the table broke into laughter except Isaiah. It was his turn to blush. "Y'all need to mind your own business," he managed. That made them all laugh even harder. They finished dinner with little sis telling a story Aunt Jean had taught her. Something about Greeks and Spartans and Trojans and war, and all their pantheon of gods. It did not seem to have a very happy ending. After they'd cleaned everything up, Papa looked to Isaiah and gave him a nod toward the porch. Isaiah took the hint and followed his father out. They sat together on the stoop, looking out at the fields that the sun had set beyond. The sky shone brightly in the afterglow, the sickle of a moon and bright Venus rising, the twinkling shine of the night's first stars just appearing in the slowly deepening shades of blue. "You get all them plants cut down and burnt?" asked his papa. "Yes, sir." Papa nodded. "Spread them ashes out over that same ground. Give that clay some decent earth to start fresh from come spring. Hope for a better return." "Yes, sir." "You going to town tonight, then?" Isaiah glanced over at him, then looked back toward the sky and the shimmer of its oncoming constellations. "Yes, sir, I aim to." "You love that girl?" Isaiah took a long breath. "Yes, sir. I believe I do." His pap sucked his teeth. "There's heartbreak waiting for you there, son." "Mayhap." "Indeed. She's seen the wide world, I reckon. You think she's going to come back and live in this one?" Isaiah shrugged. "Can't rightly say." "Well, take a piece of advice. Only thing you can take hold of in this world and control is your own self. You can't make her stay if she's going to go." "Well, sir, if that ends up the case, I might need to go then too." Isaiah's father was silent for a long time. He turned the fact over a couple times in his mind and scratched at his chin whiskers before he spoke. "Man's got to do what he's got to do." "Yes, sir. I see that truth more every day." Papa reached over and gave his knee a pat. "Mind yourself in town. You got a way about you at times. It's going to put you in a spot someday." "Someday ain't today, Pap." "Here's hoping." Isaiah smiled. He went inside, into his bedroom, lay back on his bed and kicked his feet up, resting his eyes a bit. The sounds of Aunt Jean and his little sister telling tales by the fire murmured in and lulled him to sleep. As they awoke with a start in the darkened house, he reached up and touched his face, feeling for scar tissue that was not there. The dream had been vivid and real, but it was already gone. He glanced out the window and tried to gauge the time. Shit, he was definitely going to be cutting it close to late. That would not do. Quick and quiet, he grabbed his coat and headed for the door. Silas smiled up from his cot. "Have yourself some fun, Zed?" Isaiah smiled back. "I aim to, brother. I surely do. I'll see you come morning."